Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back into the video today, and the Houston Rockets are back. The Houston Rockets have won 4 straight games. This is the most wins in a row of the Houston Rockets. This is the biggest win streak the Houston Rockets have had since the 2021-22 season. Anybody remember when the Houston Rockets won 7 games in a row after they got off to a 1-16 start off to the season? I just knowing that the Rockets at one point were 1-16. It makes me think to myself, hopefully that will never have to happen again. But the Rockets won like 7 straight games. The emergence of Gary Burke, Garrison Matthews appeared, and the Rockets started to play some good basketball. They won like 7 straight, and they're playing some really good team basketball. That's the most. This win streak at 4 is the most wins they've won in a row since that win streak in 2021-22 season. Their biggest win streak last season was 3, and I think that they might have had 2 winning streaks of 3, and then after they won 7 in a row in the 2021-22 season, their biggest winning streak after that was 2. So it's great to see that the Houston Rockets are learning. They're not only that they're able to win ball games, but that the fact that they're learning how to win as a team. And I know the Rockets got off to 0-3 start this season, but over the last 4 games, the Houston Rockets have been playing great basketball. And to me, I believe the Houston Rockets are back. They're a winning basketball team, and I know they've had 4 games against some easier opponents, the Kings twice without De'Aaron Fox. But it is different. It's not like these are close games. The Houston Rockets are blowing these teams out. I mean, the first game against the Hornets was kind of close. The Rockets beat the Hornets by 10, or maybe it was 9. It was 128-119. So the Rockets won by 9. But at one point, the Rockets were up by 20 in that ball game. So for the good part of that game, the Rockets were blowing the Hornets out. Then they played the Sacramento Kings. They won 107-89. At one point, they were up 20. Then against the Kings again, they beat the Kings 122-97, won by 25 points. At one point, they were up in that game by 40 points. Then they beat the Los Angeles Lakers last night. I know they didn't have Anthony Davis, but the Rockets still won by 34 points. I know Anthony Davis and a couple other guys were out, but you can't excuse losing by 34 points. The Rockets are playing good team basketball right now. Jalen Green, Alperen Sengun, and Jabari Smith Jr. are playing great basketball. Fred VanVleet is top 5 in assists per game right now in the NBA. The only guys that are ahead of him are Luka, Tyrese Haliburton, Trae Young, LaMelo Ball, and Luka Doncic. Those are the only guys that are ahead of him right now in assists per game. He's averaging 8.4 assists per game he's averaging 8.4 assists per game right now, and he had 10 last night. I think one game he even had 14. He is playing great basketball. Right now, he's in a little bit of an offensive slump. The last couple of games, he's not been great offensively. I think last night he had 9, and then I think the night before he only had like 10 or 11, or maybe it was 12, something like that. But he's still averaging 15.6 points per game and shooting 36% from 3, but averaging 8.5 assists per game. He's playing great basketball for the Rockets right now. And they're playing good basketball as a team. And I'll be honest, I think the Rockets win their 5th straight game on Friday night. They're playing another team like the Pelicans, who are very short-handed. Zion Williamson, game-time decision. Herb Jones, game-time decision. Zion, already said Zion. CJ McCollum is out. Trey Murphy is out. Najee Marshall's out. So I think even if Zion goes, I think the Rockets have a chance to win. Jalen's playing great basketball too. I mean, he's averaging nearly 20 points per game. Alperen Sengun all around is probably the best Rockets player, averaging 18 points per game, 8 rebounds per game, 7 assists per game, and he's improved on the stuff he struggled in last season, shooting from 3 and defense. He's improved on both of those things. And this Rockets team with Ime Udoka leading them as the head coach, it is looking right now that the Rockets have found themselves a winning culture. And I believe the Houston Rockets are going to be a play-in team this year. I think they have the talent with a smart head coach and a good team that plays good basketball and plays good defense, plays aggressive defense, and not only that, but they shoot lights out from 3. That's been another big improvement. The Rockets are going into the Lakers game, they were top 8 in three-point shooting, three-point percentage. I'm sure they went up. They're probably top 7, top 6 now in three-point percentage because they shot the ball amazing from 3 against the Lakers. And they were dead last in the NBA last season from three-point percentage and three-point shooting. They received, last night they got Tari Eason back, one of their best players, their best player off the bench. He had 9 points and 9 rebounds, and he only played in 14 minutes. He's their best. You could argue even though Alperen Sengun and Jabari Smith Jr. are on the team, he is their best rebounder. Dillon Brooks is playing great basketball and defense, averaging 15 points per game and averaging a steal per game. And even against the Hornets, had a career high 5 steals. Is averaging 5 rebounds per game as well. Although the last couple of games, Dillon Brooks has struggled, but is still playing great defense for the Houston Rockets. And right now with this all-around team, even you got Jae'Sean Tate playing great basketball, averaging 7 points per game, 4 rebounds per game, 47.5% from 3. You got Jabari Smith Jr. averaging 14 and 7. With this team and the talent they have, people still think that this team is, oh yeah, this team, they still suck. They still. I mean, people who are not watching the games still hating on the Rockets. I think all Rockets fans know at this point, the Houston Rockets might not be one of the best teams in the Western Conference, but they're sure as hell a lot better than they were last year, and they sure as hell probably will be competing for a play-in spot this year. And another thing is that I just really think they've found a winning culture, and I think a big part of that has to do with bringing in Ime Udoka as the head coach, and these younger guys like Sengun, Jabari, and Jalen and Tari starting to develop even more, and then adding in other guys who have winning culture in their system, like Fred VanVleet and Dillon Brooks, who are being effective on the court. But I think another guy who's really been effective for this team is Jeff Green. Although he's only averaging 6.5 points per game and 3 rebounds per game, I think his veteran experience has brought in a lot of help for this Rockets team. And even though Amin Thompson is out for the Rockets right now, he was playing some pretty decent basketball for the Houston Rockets before he got injured. And right now, I believe the Houston Rockets are back. I think they're here to stay. I don't think they're going to end up slipping down, maybe just a little bit. Right now, they're 6th in the Western Conference. I know it's only the 3rd week of the season, but I think the Rockets win their 5th straight game on Friday against the Pelicans in-season tournament game. I think Toyota Center is going to be rocking, knowing these Rockets fans knowing that, the Rockets are starting to win and it being in-season tournament. And I think Rockets win their 5th straight game. Then the real challenge arrives on Sunday when the Denver Nuggets arrive to town, although they will be without Jamal Murray. So we'll see if the Rockets can extend their winning streak to 5 and maybe even to 6 against the Denver Nuggets. I don't think that happens, but I think the Rockets will be able to extend their winning streak to 5 games against the Pelicans, and then unfortunately that 5-game winning streak will probably come to end against the Golden State Warriors the Denver Nuggets on Sunday. So yeah. Those are your thoughts on the Rockets. I think they're back, and I think they're here to stay. That's a video because enjoy them, your thoughts, and peace out. Go Rockets.